Good afternoon and welcome to Ray Fisher Stadium here in Ann Arbor. It is a cold day, windy day, but we have a baseball game. We have an exciting baseball game out here between the Michigan Wolverines and the Penn State Nittany Lions here in this opening Big Ten weekend series. Michigan took game one yesterday afternoon, 13-4, and looking to clinch the series here on a nice cloudy Saturday afternoon as the starting lineups are being announced, managers meeting with the umpires. I'm Peter Nasr along with Vihaan Easwar here on WCBN Sports. And Vihaan, what are you looking forward to in this exciting Big Ten game this afternoon?
Well, the big win yesterday against a Big Ten opponent, against a rival who we play frequently in every sport that we compete in, was definitely a pick-me-up after sliding against Bradley in the final game of that series against Akron midweek. And let's hope as the schedule heats up and as we begin to face significantly tougher and higher levels of opposition that this team can get its season on the road. So far, 10-11, which not awful. Still early days in the season, but not necessarily what you're looking for. And let's hope that we can get a series clincher here and secure a big morale boost against a big rival, a Big Ten opponent.
Yeah, you mentioned it, 10-11 on the year. Penn State 12-6, but Michigan got the win in game one yesterday, 13-4. Here are the starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Penn State Nittany Lions. Thomas Brantley, the catcher, will lead off, followed by Jay Harry, who's playing short. Batting third is the second baseman Kyle Hannon. Cleaning up is Johnny Piacentino, the center fielder. In the 5-hole, Josh Spiegel, the DH. Batting sixth is the third baseman Grant Norris. Batting seventh is Anthony Steele, who's playing first base. The right fielder, Billy Gerla, is batting eighth. And then rounding out the lineup for Penn State is Taven Kelly. That's the lineup for Penn State. They will be going against Chase Allen, the starting pitcher for the Wolverines. From Lakewood, Colorado, standing at 6'6", 220 pounds, a senior. He's 2 for 2 on the year. He's has a higher ERA, 5.88, with a 1.77 WHIP. And he pitched 26 innings, giving up 34 hits, 17 earned runs, 12 walks, and 25 strikeouts.
And yeah, Allen's a big man, throws quite the fastball, throws right-handed, but with a concerningly high earned run average. Let's just hope that he can turn that around. He pitched fairly well against Bradley last Sunday in the 6-3 win. Let's hope that he can pitch another good game against some very difficult opposition.
Yeah, definitely. And if he pitches, if he gets the run support the Wolverines gave yesterday, he should have a good opportunity to get a big win, as Michigan put up 13 runs yesterday in their win, fueled by a couple of home runs. Overall, just a great showing offensively, backing up their star ace pitcher, who pitched 8 strong innings, Connor O'Halloran, 8 innings, giving up only 4 runs. But when you score 13, that's plenty enough to get a win, and that's what happened yesterday. The Penn State starter, who we'll see in the bottom half of the inning, is Travis Luensmann, who's 4-0 with a 2.59 ERA, so he's had a solid start to his season, and he'll be looking to quiet down the bats as the Michigan Wolverines are heading onto the field, and we are just a few moments away from first pitch here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The winds have calmed down a little bit, but the wind is definitely playing in. Yesterday, the wind was playing out. We saw a couple long balls on both sides, but today, you're really going to have to get a hold of one to send it out of the park, especially towards left field, but it is blowing in today.
And Chase Allen of the Michigan Wolverines, as we mentioned him earlier, will throw out the first pitch of the game against Penn State catcher Thomas Bramley, who is batting .323 on the year, so quite the impressive start to the season for him.
Yeah, he was 2 for 4 last night, yesterday afternoon, I should say. But Brantley will be, as Chase Allen getting onto the mound here, getting ready to roll, and we'll be starting shortly here from Ann Arbor. We're grateful for all you joining us here today, listening to some exciting Michigan baseball. That's Chase Allen getting his warm-up pitches this afternoon before we get going.
The atmosphere is good. There's a decent number of fans who are braving the cold.
Yeah,
to
for
support
the
their
weather
Michigan
we've had
Wolverines.
today, yeah, it's definitely a nice showing. We did not get lucky with the weather today compared to yesterday. Was a much nicer day for baseball, but we will have a game today, and it is Michigan in March. You can't expect too much.
And these are seasoned athletes. They've been playing since middle school, high school, probably, and have played through all sorts of conditions. They're used to it.
Yeah, especially in the high school level, they will make you brave the elements. Here in college, too, Michigan playing on a turf field, so a little rain pre-game. It's been raining on and off throughout the afternoon here, but will not stop this game from being played. Michigan wearing the all-white with the pinstripes. Nice clean look with the blue caps and the Michigan block M on their hat. Penn State in their navy blues, gray pants. Nice jerseys for both sides, and we will be getting underway shortly as Gabe Sotras throws it across to second base for his final warming up pitch, and Thomas Brantley is about to step up to the plate, the lefty out of Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, a graduate student who played before at Mount St. Mary's, where he had made 112 starts as a catcher and third baseman. He is playing catcher today for Penn State, but we are just about to get underway here.
And Chase Allen will throw out the first pitch, and Bramley has made contact, and he moves, and he is out.
Retired the center fielder for the Wolverines, Jonathan Kim, roamed to his left, made the play, and one pitch, one out here in the first inning.
Great movement from the Wolverines on there. Bramley really didn't do anything wrong, just didn't get there in time.
Harry to bat now for Penn State. He shows bunt, pulls it back, ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Jay Harry. The 1-0 is taken for a strike. 1-1 the count. Wind up for Allen. The pitch. Ball low into the turf, 2-1. Harry with 4 home runs on the season, struck out 5 times. He's had 18 runs batted in. Here's Allen's pitch. Hacked out of play to the left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, fouled away. Chase Allen looks in. Wind up, here comes the pitch. Fly ball once again. Left field. Flores will make the play routinely for the second out here in the top of the first. And here comes Hannon, Kyle Hannon, the second baseman, batting .299 out of the left side. First 3 hitters for Penn State, all lefties going up against the righty here, Allen. The first pitch is swung and fouled away, fouled right behind home plate for the first strike. Swinging a high fly ball, center field. Kim is under it, raging in. The wind really brought that in, but Kim was able to adjust, make the play, and retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Wolverines. So Michigan gets out of that first inning quick and easy, unscathed, unlike yesterday where they gave up a home run. Scoreless here. After 1, we go to the bottom of the first.
Very quick inning, and the exact start that the Wolverines wanted. 3 batters, 3 outs, and now Michigan catcher Gabe Sotres will Michigan shortstop Cody Jeffers will take his place on them at bat as Travis Lensman is about to throw out his first pitch of the game.
Yeah, here the starting lineup for your Michigan Wolverines. Jeffers leading off. He is playing. It slipped up on me, but it's be Jeffers, Flores, Burton, Longo, Velasquez, Sortes, Marti, Voigt, and Kim. Your starting lineup here for the Wolverines, going up against Travis Lunisman, who, like we said, he's 4-0 on the year, 2.59 ERA. Throws from his right hand. He's got a 1.21 whip.
Meanwhile, Cody Jeffers has enjoyed a decent start to the year. He's batting .253 with 15 RBI. No home runs as of now, but let's see and hope he can change that.
Might be hard to hit home runs today with the wind blowing pretty strongly in. You really have to. We saw on the fly ball to end the top of the first. Kim had to range forward quite a bit to make the play.
Yeah, I wouldn't be super surprised if this is a relatively low-scoring game compared to what we saw yesterday.
Yesterday, 17 runs put on the board. Scoreless through 1/2 of an inning here from Ann Arbor. This Loon's been finishing up his warm-up as Jeffers gets ready to step up to the plate. Cody Jeffers out of Santa Clara, California. 5'8" grad student. Batting from the left, and he will come in, get ready to go here to lead off the bottom half of inning number 1. Pitched in, ball low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes here. The 1-0 is outside again. 2-0 quickly here on Jeffers. Here comes the 2-0. Outside again. 3 balls, no strikes. Missing the plate here to start this outing. And Jeffers has a nice hitters count here to work with to start off this home half of the first. 3-0 is down the middle for a strike. Three balls, 1 strike. The pitch is high, and that will be ball 4. And Michigan gets the first base runner of the game. It's a nice walk. 4-pitch walk. Missing the zone is Lunisman, and Michigan's got some traffic on the base passes.
And Tito Flores, right fielder, now steps up to plate, batting 200 with a home run and 10 RBI on the season.
The first is not a pitch, it's a pickoff attempt to bring Jeffers back.
Last week against Bradley, we saw several stretches where pitching attempted 3 or 4 pickoff attempts in a row. Let's see if that's going to be the case here.
He will throw. Flores showed bunt, missed it for a strike. And then the catcher for Penn State, Bramley, fakes the throw over to first to bring Jeffers back. Definitely concerned about him over at first. And there he goes. Throw is low, and they're not even going to try and throw it to him. Stolen base for Michigan. So Michigan's got a runner in scoring position here. With the 1-1 count, that ball was outside the pitch, and it was low, and Brantley didn't even try to throw it over. So Tito Flores early on now has a chance to bring home the game's first run, 1-1. Here comes the pitch. Swinging a chopper, foul. 1-2. Fly ball is popped way up there. Brantley's watching it, but it will head into the crowd, hits the bleacher hard, and it will stay 1-2. A couple kids running over trying to get the ball here. Do not know who got it. It's in my blind spot. Can't see that part of the crowd, but that was a high pop-up. Wind blew it out of play. So it'll stay 1-2 here. Flores stays alive. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. High. Making Brantley stand up for it. Keeping in front of him, though. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tito Flores. The Detroit native, Tito Flores, awaits the 2-2. Here comes. Swinging a foul ball towards the parking lot. He'll bounce on the concrete.
And from my field of vision, I can actually see a fan in the parking lot trying to get that ball.
Yeah, parking lots are right here. Cars are in the danger zone out there in foul territory.
Yeah, it's big risk parking your car out there on a Michigan baseball game day.
2-2 is inside, and count is full. Tito Flores working the count here, fouling off a couple pitches. He's worked the count full here. Here is the 3-2. Check swing in the dirt. Did not go, and he's going to draws the walk. So Michigan's got first and second loaded. Now, with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Here comes Ted Burton.
He is batting .280 with 3 home runs and 15 RBI on the season, so solid start to the year for him. Definitely one of the leaders on this team and definitely one of Michigan's best players. Let's see what he can do with 2 runners on base at the bottom of the first.
He will show bunt. Pitch gets away. Both runners are going to advance. No throw, so Michigan has second and third loaded, 2 runners in scoring position. As the Penn State has been a little wild with some of these pitches. That one getting the dirt. Got past Brantley. Both runners advancing. Burn has a chance to put a nice little dent here in the first inning. Ball inside, 2-0. Lunisman has struggled to hit the strike zone early today. Burn waits. Here comes the 2-0. Fouled off to the right. Yeah, like you said, Burn batting .280 with 21 hits on the year, 15 runs batted in. He has struck out 24 times, though. But he's got a friendly count here, 2-1. Ground ball. Lunsman's going to field it. He's going to bobble it, though, and no one is going to be safe. Runner's going to score, and Michigan is on the board. Lunsman went towards the home plate, fielded the ball. I think he was a little indecisive whether to throw home or not. But now the corners are loaded, and Michigan is on the board here first. Here on this Saturday afternoon, 1-0.
Uncharacteristic clumsiness, I gotta say, but I doubt any of our listeners here really mind too much, given that Michigan is now on the board.
We'll see if that is charged an error. I assume it will be. Throws over towards Burton, but he is safe. Now Longo is at the plate for Wolverines. Pitch is low.
And Longo batting .358, which is very good, with 3 home runs and 12 RBI, 19 hits, only 9 strikeouts, so quite a start to the season for him.
He's been disciplined this season, as here comes the 1-0. Checks his swing, but a strike anyway. 1-1. Still nobody out here in the top of the bottom of the first, excuse me. Line drive, base hit down the left field line. This is going to bring in 1. 1 run scores. That's going to be a RBI double for Longo to double the lead. It's 2-0. He ripped that ball down past the first baseman into the corner. And Michigan has added the lead is 2-0.
With runners on second and third base. And
still nobody out.
And the Michigan faithful here is absolutely loving it.
And Penn State is not, as they will go out send for mound visit here. As Lundsman has yet to record an out here.
Not the start to the game you'll bet he wanted.
Definitely not. The crowd is enjoying that. There we have second and third. Nobody out here in the first inning. It's already 2-0. Michigan trying to blow it open like they did yesterday, where they scored 13 runs. The umpire, the home plate umpire, Wilson Rayner, breaking up the mound visit. The rest of the umpiring crew, David Condon is at first, Thomas Burrell at second, and Jeff Day at third. Here comes Joey Velasquez, who homered yesterday afternoon, and he's got a chance to add on to the lead here as he fouls it out of play. No balls, 1 strike here to Velasquez. Here comes the pitch. Base hit down the right field line this time. This is going to plate 2. Velasquez going into second. He is going to round second, head towards third, but the right fielder, Gerla, is claiming that the ball is stuck. The umpire going to go check it out to see. They might bring him back to second. But either way, Michigan plates 2 there. Velasquez will be brought back to second base, but 2 runs score on that RBI double. 2 RBI double for Velasquez. And it's 4-0 Michigan.
And Michigan are just putting up the runs. Want us to wonder if Lundsman may be seeing an early exit to this game at this rate. You have to wonder maybe they take him out in the 5th or the 6th.
He has been sharp early here. Giving up. That was just the second hit he's given up. He's also walked a couple. And here comes the first pitch to the catcher Sotres. He takes a showed bunt, takes the ball though, 1-0. The 1-0, runner on second base, first baseman playing in, and he fouls it in the netting 1-1. Sotres batting .219 on the year. Only 200 with runners on base though. He has 3 home runs on the year, the grad transfer from Michigan State. Don't see that too often. Sotres will show bunt again, ball inside, and Brantley Force keeps it in front of him to prevent Velasquez from heading to third. Still 2-1 now. Lundsman waits, gets raised. Sotres throwing bunt once again, but this time he's taken for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hannon has been respecting the bunt. He's been running up a couple times here. But with 2 strikes, don't expect him to bunt. Here is said 2-2 pitch. Fly ball down the right field line. That will get out of play into the parking lot. 1 hop nearly hit a pickup truck. Stays 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Here's a pitch from Lundsman. Low outside, full count here. Lundsman just having trouble throwing the ball in the strike zone. He's given 4 runs already. Trying to avoid yet another walk here. full count pitch is ground ball to the short. Norris will field, throws, and get the first out. The play runner advances to third, though. But out number 1 is recorded.
Still a great feeling for Michigan to score more runs to start the game than outs, and still at the bottom of the first.
Definitely isn't. Although an out, a successful one as a runner advances to third. Here comes Marty to plate. First pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Velasquez at third. Marty batting, the 7th batter. He's batting .345 on the year.
Not too many at-bats for him, only 29, which is the fewest out of anyone in this lineup, but still pretty impressive as...
Fouls it towards the dugout. So he's quickly behind 0-2 here. Infield is in with 1 out and a runner on third. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. So that's out number 2 here. In the bottom of the first. Mitch Voigt out of Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. Batting here. Run on third, 2 outs. He swings and misses on the first pitch. Strike 1. The 0-1 is just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Voigt, who's batting .282 on the year. He's struck out 24 times this year, but in 71 plate appearances. Also has a home run. 1-1 is fouled behind home plate into the netting. And 1-2, and Lunsman has sharpened up a little bit, and he's 1 pitch away from escaping this first inning with no further damage. The 1-2 pitch is swung on, foul. So we'll stay 1-2, 2 outs here for Mitch Voigt. Here comes 1-2. Off speed, just outside, stays 2-2.
Mitch Voigt is batting .282, 1 home run, 10 RBI, 20 hits, 24 strikeouts.
The swings and misses, though. And that is it for the first inning, but not before Michigan puts up 4 runs with 2 hits, 1 man left. At the end of the first inning, with Michigan up 4-0.
And Peter, what have you? What are your thoughts on the first inning? What would you like from Michigan? What would you like to see more from Michigan? What would you like to see less of from Michigan?
That was definitely the perfect start to the game for the Wolverines, getting 4 runs on the plate, working counts. They've hit line drives, doubles, 2 doubles already, 1 to each foul line. So you have no complaint here for the Wolverines. A quick half inning, getting some run support for Chase Allen. That's a perfect start for Michigan here.
Yeah, definitely. 3 outs, sure, but it took quite a while for them to get to those 3 outs and put up a massive 4-run lead very early on in the game. It's quite a hole for Penn State to have to dig themselves out of as the game progresses.
It's definitely a nice crooked number to start the inning with, to start the game with, putting up 4 runs in the bottom half of the first. Penn State will have Piacentino, Spiegel, and Norris due up here. The 4, 5, 6 hitters here in the top of the second, going up against Chase Allen.
And
what a nice. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Just saying, he had a nice 1-2-3 inning in the first inning. Made quick work of the 3 hitters he faced. And the center fielder Piacentino coming up for Penn State. He is batting .288 on the year.
Yeah. Not too much that I'd like to see Michigan change, except the weather.
Yeah, the weather is definitely a little chilly. The sun's coming out a little bit. They call time. The umpires call time for a second, but we are getting ready to go here in the top of the second. First pitch is a strike.
And Piacentino is batting .288 with 2 home runs, 10 RBI, 21 hits, and 13 strikeouts. So, pretty solid start to the season from him.
Here comes the 0-1. Low 1-1. Piacentino out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
My home state.
Now to represent New Jersey. We have a couple people from New Jersey in this roster as the 1-1 is taken for a strike. Chase Allen's looked sharp early here, playing the outside corner there.
Yeah, New Jersey is a state that's produced a lot of talented baseball players, most notably Mr. Mike Trout.
He is, yeah. From, I don't know where in New Jersey, but he's from New Jersey. But here is the 0-2, swinging ground ball. Jeffress will roam inside, throws to first. Got him one away here in the top of the first. Top of the second. But gets the first out of the inning.
And you got the impression that he could have made it, but it looked like he was just off as Spiegel now takes the plate.
And Jeffress doing a good job roaming in. Took his time, did not rush the play, made the throw over to first, and gets the out. Spiegel takes strike 1. Off speed pitch from Allen.
And Spiegel is batting .282 on the year with a home run, 4 RBI, 11 hits, and 10 strikeouts.
Takes ball 1 outside, so 1-1 here with 1 out. Top of the second. Allen's pitch. High and inside. Brushing Spiegel out of the batter's box. Allen gets set. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fly ball out of play. So we have 2 strikes now. As Allen is moving efficiently here early. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. His first strikeout of the afternoon. Allen has retired the first 5 hitters of this ball game in quite easy fashion as well.
And, maybe the wind has something to do with it, but at the same time, Allen has not made many mistakes as a pitcher. He's not throwing with the same insane power he usually does, but he's throwing well and throwing accurately as...
So strike 1 there to Grant Norris from Somerset, Pennsylvania.
Who is batting .300 on the year with 2 homers, 10 RBI, and 9 hits, but 12 strikeouts.
The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Strike 2. Quickly 0-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the second. As the wind is really starting to gust, you can see on Allen's jersey blowing strongly, but here comes the 0-2. Low, blocked by Sotres. No runners on base, so it doesn't really matter, but 1 ball, 2 strikes. Norris, grad transfer from Duke University. Awaits the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Here comes the 2-2 for Allen. We have a full count here with 2 outs as the ball is low. Spiegel didn't chase. Here comes the full count pitch. Line drive, base hit down the left field line. He stumbles as he rounds first, but he will get into second. 1 hop throw is not in time. 2 out double for Spiegel. And Penn State gets their first base run of the afternoon. Anthony Steele coming up to the plate with a chance to get Penn State on the board.
He is first baseman and is batting .274 on the year with 1 home run and 11 RBI.
He's batting .261 with runners in scoring position as he takes strike one there. It'd be big for Penn State to start clawing away, or it is early in this game, but giving up a 4 spot in the first. Every runners in scoring position opportunity you'd like to capitalize. And here's Penn State's first. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second here in the top of the second inning. The 0-2 is low and outside, blocked by Sotrez. He'll keep it in front of him. So it'll be 1-2 now. Looks in on Sotrez. Allen pitches in, and it is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Michigan escapes the inning with no damage done. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left for Penn State. We go to the bottom of the second, and it's 1-0, 4-0 Wolverines.
And Travis Ludsman will step back onto the mound, helping to avoid a repeat of his rather poor start to the game. As the Wolverines, well, they will hope for a repeat of that poor start to the game.
Yeah, definitely, but as the bullpen heads out for Penn State into the warm up their players as a nice chilly day here, like we said, windy, wind still blowing in. We've seen a couple fly balls pushed inward a little bit. Yeah, Michigan gave up the double last half inning. Nothing was made of it. So some fans are really giving it to some of the Penn State players out in front of us. I can't tell what he's saying exactly, but there's a fan letting them hear here, trying to give some home field advantage. Jonathan Kim will lead off here for the Wolverines.
He has enjoyed an impressive start to the season, batting .419 and 31 at-bats with 1 home run, 5 RBI, and 13 hits, compared to just 8 strikeouts, so good start.
Yeah, good freshman start for him from Brooksfield, Wisconsin. Here's the first pitch. He's going to show bunt, went for it, missed it, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Kim grounds it to short. Harry fields it, fires 1 hop, and he can't get the hop, and he's going to be safe on an error. There's a routine looking play, but Harry 1 hopped it over. Steele could not handle it. And the second error already for Penn State. Gets a runner on here with nobody out in the bottom half of the second inning. They throw it over to Kim, who gets back. Jeffress already back up for his second appearance. He walked his first at-bat to lead off the game and then scored. Here's the first pitch. Jeffress sows bunt. Pulls back, but strike anyway. No balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 0-1. Nope, he's going to throw over. Almost throws it away. Steele makes a good play, jumping off the bag to keep it from getting away and allowing Jeffress to... allowing Kim to advance to possibly second or even third there. The fan calls someone a pizza roll. Jeffers sows bunt, pulls back again. This ball's outside, 1-1. Now everyone's enjoying the pizza roll talk out here. The passionate fans in weathering the storm here, weathering the cold and the wind. The 1-1 is outside. 2-1. Norris was coming in as Jeffers showed bunt there. He did not connect there. Michigan showed bunt often here early on this game. Trying to advance runners the old-fashioned way. He shows bunt again and he pulls back and it's 3-1. We'll see if he shows bunt here on this friendly 3-1 count. Runner on first, nobody out. Here comes the 3-1. Runner goes and he's fouled away. Kim was off there, but is fouled off by Jeffress. We have full count, no outs here in the bottom of the second. Here comes the full count pitch. Fouled off again. He's battling here. Making Lundsman work. He's already thrown 40 pitches today. He's only recorded 3 outs thus far. Not a great ratio.
And already his ERA has moved up to 3.55 on the year just from that inning alone.
Here comes 3-2. Is outside as the runner was going. Doesn't matter. Ball 4. First and second loaded once again for Michigan. They have been able to work counts. They've drawn walks. Jeffers has drawn 2 walks. He's walked both of his plate appearances so far today, getting on base. And Tito Flores coming up for Michigan. He also walked in the first and scored. Flores shows bunt, pulls back, strike 1. Correction, ball 1. That was inside. Here comes the 1-0 from Luzman. He will pull it back, fires towards second. You can tell he's concerned about the runners on that he's given up throughout this evening, picking off, and doesn't help that he's given up a ton of runners on base anyway.
And all it takes is one more runner to load the bases. And
1-0 is popped bunt, popped foul over top of us onto the roof and out of play for 1-1. Before we got underneath it on that bunt attempt, trying to move the runners over to give Burton a nice opportunity. But here comes the 1-1 pitch. Flores shows bunt. He pops it up right to Lundsman, who will make the play easily. That's the first out of the inning. Not a good bunt there. Popped her straight up. Lundsman took 2 steps to his left. Made the play. To his right, excuse me. Made the play, and that's the first out of the game. First out of the inning. And Burton steps up for Michigan.
at this point, the rain is indeed coming down again. Looks like it's going to be an on and off thing, as you said earlier.
Starting to drizzle. We'll see how that affects this at bat. Here comes the first pitch. It's low. 1 ball, no strikes. Burton reached on the error. He grounded it softly to Lundsman, who couldn't field the ball properly. And then he later scored. The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike. 1-1.
And Burton is 0 for 1 on the day, but with 1 RBI and 1 run.
Yep, reached on the error. Does not get credited with. I think that's he lines it just foul. Down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As yep, the drizzle continues to fall. It's been on and off all day long. We thought maybe it'd stay dry for us this afternoon during the game, but it is definitely not now. So it's coming down good, nice pace here. The 1-2 pitch. It's low, 2-2. London's just been struggling to get the strike zone here to get out. That was pitch number 50 for him. Here's pitch number 51. 2-2. Low again, full count. Full count, runners on first and second for Burton. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball toward Lundesman's going to field it. Fires to first, gets the out, 2 outs. Runners advance to second and third. That is the second out. And Longo will have a chance to drive in 2, but there are 2 outs here.
And Longo has, in recent memory, such as last Sunday, the first half of last Sunday's doubleheader against Bradley, been the difference maker on the field for Michigan. Let's see if he can continue that streak with a strong at-bat here.
He doubled in the first inning and brought in a run. He will take strike 1 here. He ripped it down the left field line.
His average has moved to 370 with 3 home runs, 13 RBI, 20 hits, and no stolen bases.
Fly ball. Right field, Jared Lott racing over, and that's going to into the bullpen. Out of play. It was tough to see that ball with the rain pellets on our window, shielding us from the heavy wind here, but it's 0-2. But that ball did sneak out of play. But Joey Longo, his third double of the year was the last half inning. And the rain is really starting to come down now. Gusting winds. Not the ideal baseball weather, but they are playing on here. The 0-2 pitch on the way to Longo.
As I said earlier, these are seasoned athletes. They've played through everything, and they will play through everything.
Check swing. Did not go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Kim at third, Jeffress at second. Longo at the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards short. Fielded by Harry. He's going to range in. Fires to first. Gets the out to retire the side. So Michigan does not score. They get 2 walks. No hits, though. No runs. Both runners left on base. And that's the end of inning number 2.
Some promising field position at one point with 2 runners on base. But ultimately it's for naught.
And Michigan could not capitalize in that half inning like they did in the first. But they do continue to have a 4-0 lead as we go to the top half of the third here from Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor. Lott will lead off the third for Penn State, followed by Kelly, and then up to the top of the order with Bramley.
45 minutes in and 2 innings gone by, so a little on the slower side for a baseball game, but
the first inning was definitely a
little
longer one as Michigan put up a 4 spot, and they were working counts. They drew 2 walks. Able to get some good contact, 2 doubles as well. But they drew 2 more walks in the bottom of the second. Neither of them were able to cross the plate. Let's see if Penn State can start mounting some offense and get back into this ball game. Billy Gerlot, the junior from Auburn, Pennsylvania, plays outfield and first base. Today he's in right field. He was academic All Big Ten last season, his sophomore season. And he has 2 cousins who play college baseball as well. So it runs in the family of baseball. Here's Allen's first pitch. It's a ground ball, foul down toward the Michigan dugout for strike 1. Chase Allen has looked good today. Here comes the 0-1. Outside 1-1. The 1-1 is line drive, base hit, center field. Your Lock gets on base. And Penn State gets the leadoff runner on. See if they can build off of that here. The rain has, we said it's been on and off. Now it's calm again. The sun is trying to peek its head out. But Kelly will come in for Penn State, the number 9 hitter, the senior.
Batting .273 with 2 home runs, 12 RBI, 18 hits, and 23 strikeouts. Will it be strikeout number 24? We'll see.
Takes a ball into the ball away. Sotres does a good job blocking it, preventing Girlot to advance. The 1-0 is fouled away into the bullpen. 1-1. Allen from the stretch. The 1-1 is high fly ball. It's going to get out of play as well. Marty went for it for a little bit, but it goes out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here for the second batter of the inning for Penn State. Taven Kelly. The 1-2 is grounded to third. 5, 4, 3 double play. They get 2 out of it. Good job by Michigan. Voigt to Burton to Marty. 5, 4, 3. Clears the bases and puts 2 outs on the board. They go to the top of the order with Thomas Bramley, who flew out to center field his first time up. Here's the first pitch. Low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Fly, little looper, and it's gonna diving play, can't get it, is Flores, and that's gonna be a single. Just went in front of Flores, made the wind push that a little shallower than Flores could get. He made the diving effort, couldn't get the play, and Penn State will get a runner on once more. 2 outs here, first base loaded. Here comes Harry to bat. He flew out to left.
And that play was just an example of sloppiness. Could have easily been cleaned up, but it wasn't, and now they have a runner on base.
The first pitch is off speed and ball 1. Not an easy play, though, with the wind. You know, it's blowing in. It's blowing hard on Flores.
Definitely.
And made a nice effort for it, but couldn't hold on. And Penn State gets the runner on.
Yeah, wind pretty much makes it difficult to play any position in the game.
Fastballs, strike 1.
Whether you're fielding, hitting, pitching.
A big gust right there. Quite windy out. Quite windy here. Once again. The 1-1 is grounded foul down the first base line. 1-2.
Allen's still throwing at sizable speeds at 89.74 miles per hour, but then again, some of that could be dependent on the wind.
The wind is blowing towards the catcher, towards us here in the booth. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Low, miss out of play, and Brantley is able to advance to second there, as Sortez could not corral it in front of him cleanly enough. And Brantley gets into scoring position with 2 outs. Here's a 2-2. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. And Michigan gets out of that inning with no harm done. Penn State got 2 hits, but they had a double play before. They got the second hit, passed ball, runner advanced, but nothing comes of it. And Michigan gets out of the inning unscathed. We go to the bottom of the third. Score remains 4-0 in favor of the Wolverines.
And Penn State has shown an inability to score or do anything of note offensively so far. Not what you want to see if you're a fan of theirs.
Yeah, could not capitalize on the 2 hits they had in that inning. The first time they've had multiple hits in an inning. They've got 3 though, compared to Michigan with only 2 hits, but they've capitalized on 4 walks. And the 2 hits were both doubles that brought in runs. And then there was also a wild pitch that brought in the 4th run. And that's how we get to the 4th inning. There's bottom of the third with a score of 4-0. Velasquez will lead off for Michigan. He is 1 for 1. He doubled and brought 2 runs to the plate in his first at-bat in inning number 1. It'll be Velasquez, Sortrez, and Marty due up for Michigan, going up against Travis Lunsman, who's already thrown 60 pitches through 2 innings. He's definitely looking for a quick inning here to get back on pace, to avoid getting the bullpen involved early. Here comes Velasquez.
And Velasquez today already has 2 RBI, so adding to his overall total in the season, running that up to 8.
Pitch number 1 is taken for a strike. Velasquez had 2 hits yesterday in the win as he fouls off one and it's quickly 0-2. He had 2 hits and an RBI. He homered yesterday, actually. One of the home runs for the Wolverines in their 13-4 win, but he's behind here. 0-2. Fly ball, foul, out of play. Stays 0-2. The 0-2 grounded to first. Sliding play by Steele. And he flips it over to Lunsman, who makes the play and gets the first out of the inning. A 3-2 put out there.
And after a fairly slow first inning, we're moving at a pretty good pace now. We're at the bottom of the third.
Yep, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. As Gabe Sotrez comes up for Michigan. No runners on, 1 out. First pitch, off speed for a strike. He grounded out to the shortstop, his first at bat in the first inning. The 0-1 is fouled off. Quickly 0-2 again. Lunsman's got an 0-2 count. Quickly, these first 2 batters here in this 3rd inning. Looks on his wrist for the signal, shakes off the pitch. Accepts that one and gets set, ready to throw. The 0-2. Low bounce, good scoop by Bramley, keeping in front of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Low again, 2-2. Sotrez working the count here. 2-2. Fly ball right field. Giralot going back, and that ball's going to carry. It's going to go off the wall. This is going to be a double, and he's rounding second. He's heading for third. That ball just carried for a triple with one out here in the third inning.
And the Michigan fans absolutely love that. And the Michigan players absolutely love that.
That ball carried. Giralot was playing, came up on it, could not read it properly. Right off the wall. And bounced past him. He had to go chase it down, and by that point, Sotrez was already on third. So with one out, Michigan gets a runner in scoring position. And Marty will have a chance to extend Michigan's lead. But it looks like the coaching staff is heading over to Sotrez, and they're talking. I don't know if he got hurt or something on the play. They're just discussing what they want to do here. Maybe potential squeeze play or something. We'll see. It's a first baseman, Marty, who struck out his first plate appearance in inning number 1, steps up with a runner on third and one out, trying to extend the lead for the Wolverines. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Fly ball foul down the left field line. 1-1. Mission 2 for 9 today with runners in scoring position. They've had a lot of opportunities. Here's a 1-1. Fouled away again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Marty battling here, trying to bring Sotrez in, who's 90 feet away on third base. London looks, gets ready, set. Fires a pitch, and it's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking at his wrist, he's got a glove side wrist where the pitches are. He looks at that, accepts what they call. Here comes the pitch. Swing, ground ball, second baseman will field it. Run will score, but the out is recorded, and Michigan extends the lead to 5-0. RBI for Marty on the ground out. And with 2 outs, it is now 5-0 Wolverines.
As Mitch Voigt steps to the plate. He's currently 0 for 1 with no RBI and no runs.
Yep, he struck out in the first. He's got 2 outs and the bases empty to try and keep the inning alive for Wolverines. First pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strikes. The 1-1 to Voigt. Here it comes. High again. 2 balls, 1 strike. Voigt, the freshman. At 6 foot, 190 from Whitefish, Wisconsin. He'll foul that off, stays alive. 2-2. Two pitch on the way. Fouls off again. With gusts of wind in between each of these swings. Two outs here, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the third. Outside. Full count. Lunsman wanted that one, didn't get it. So the count will go full here in the bottom of the third. Voigt trying to keep the inning alive. The full count pitch. It's low, and he draws the walk. Mitch Voigt gets on base with 2 outs, draws the walk there. And Michigan's inning is alive. And Jonathan Kim will bat, who reached on an error, got all the way to third, but did not score in the last half inning. Already his second plate appearance in the third inning. First pitch is a strike one.
His average has come down slightly since the ridiculous 519, something that he was batting last week, but still at a very good 406.
13 hits and 32 at-bats on the year for him. The 0-1 is fouled into the netting. No ball and 2 strikes. Sets, waits. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Lunsman. Swing and a miss. That was down and away, but he got him to chase. And that is the end of the third. 1 run, 1 hit, no one left on. One runner left on. End of 3 here. We are third of the way through from Ray Fisher Stadium. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a moment here live on WCBN Sports. And we are back here, top of the 4th inning, live from Ann Arbor. Michigan with a 5-0 lead here.
And relatively uneventful last 2 innings. So any quick thoughts before Chase Allen throws out his next pitch?
Michigan getting a good insurance run there in the bottom half. Chase Allen's looked good, but first pitch is driven to right center field. Kim will not be able to get there, and Velasquez and Kim will not be able to get there, and that's going to be a leadoff double. First pitch, Penn State on. Getting a good start to this top half of the 4th. He spoke a little too soon there. Chase Allen's giving up a 2-bagger there with no outs. Can he escape this jam like he did in the first inning? Scoreless. That ball went into the gap. Velasquez could not track it down. A couple hops off the wall, and Hannon was able to stand up double. Here comes Piacentino for Penn State. He will swing at the first pitch and fouls it off the top of the netting for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Piacentino grounded out to short his first at bat. The 0-1. It's low 1-1. Runner on second here. Like we said, Hannon, who has 13 stolen bases on the year. Only caught once, but he's at second. Don't expect him to go to third here. Check swing, went around like a haphazard swing there. Good pitch by Chase Allen. Piacentino's down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Low. Blocked by Sortrez. 2-2. Allen waits, gets set. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Holds it for a second, then fires. Ground ball, base hit for Penn State. Runner held at third, so the corners will be loaded with no outs. So Penn State getting on early here, trying to get back in this ball game as the wind really gusting now. But the corners are loaded here with Nittany Lions. Hannon on third, Piacentino at first, and Spiegel at the plate for Penn State, who struck out in the first inning. Piacentino has 6 stolen bases in 6 tries. We'll see if they're trying to send him to get 2 runners on base. First pitch is fouled away. It's very gusty now. No balls and 1 strike to Spiegel, trying to get Penn State back into this game. This would be a big time to do so. Ball 1 in the dirt, in the turf. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a fly ball down the left field line. It gets out of play with a little early on it there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There are many gusts of wind here. Quite cold gust of wind. Josh Spiegel transferred from Oklahoma State in the fall of 2020. He awaits the 1-2 pitch.
He's enjoyed a decent season so far, batting .275 with 1 home run, 11 hits, and 4 RBI.
Fly ball towards short.
He will make contact again, but it looks to be...
Third baseman Voigt will take it. That'll be the first out of the inning. Runners stay in their spots. First and third loaded. Spiegel retired. 1 out here. And here comes Norris for Penn State. He doubled in his first at bat. Double here would probably bring in 2. Mander Smith, Tracy Smith, in his first year for the Wolverines, he'll trot out to the mound to meet with the infield and with Chase Allen. And this is a big at bat though for both sides. For Allen, just trying to, you've gotten a 5-run lead here, trying to maintain it. Penn State, you can get right back in this game with if they put up a crooked number here in this 4th inning. Lots of baseball left to be played, and this would be a good start if Norris can get on base for them. He's 1 for 1, 323 on the year.
2 home runs, 10 RBI, 10 hits, and 2 stolen bases. So that's a pretty solid stat line.
Takes ball 1 outside and low. The pitch to Norris is called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Norris started 10 games at Duke last season. He had 5 hits and a home run for them. And he's transferred here as a grad transfer. Trying to make a big time play here for Penn State. 1-1. Called strike 2 outside corner. Allen trying to work himself out of this jam. He's got 3 strikeouts in the afternoon so far. But he's given up 2 doubles. 2 of the 5 hits have been doubles. The 1-2 is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Allen sees the pitch on his wrist. Gets into the stretch. Here comes the 2-2. Ground ball to second. Burton went to his left for a split second, and that split second gave him enough time, and the runner was going to score on an infield single for North, and Penn State is on the board.
Penn State are on the board and with potential for more as they have 2 runners on base.
Yep, first and second now for the Nittany Lions, but Burton, he went towards second base for a split second, maybe misread the ball off the bat, and then he had to go run to his left, and by that point, not a chance to get the runner. So here comes Steele for Penn State. He's going to ground it. Allen's going to get it himself and take it to first base and makes the play, 2 outs. Chase Allen doing a good job roaming to his left. Caught the ball in a hop and just took it all the way to first himself. The 1 put out will be scored. Runners do advance to second and third, though. So this becomes a very big at-bat, trying to keep this lead at 4. And Gerlot will step up to the plate for Penn State. He singled in his first at-bat in the 3rd inning. Ball outside, 1-0.
And yet another strong gust of wind just came in.
Yes.
Pointed right at the commentator's box.
Been a nice one today. Nice Michigan day here. Nice Saturday, end of March. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. He took a hack at that one, trying to make it a 1-run game there. Didn't do it. Swung on and missed.
With April, we'll hopefully bring warm weather, which will hopefully be a good sign for Michigan baseball, as baseball tends to be a warm weather sport if you look at some of the cities that the last few World Series winners have played in.
As the check swing there is for a ball. Yeah, we'll see. In Michigan, it might get warm in April for a couple days and then stay chilly through May, but the beauty of living in the state, you get all 4 seasons all the time. 2 balls, 1 strike, pitch is low, and the count is 3-1. There is a base open if he does walk him, but you do not want to load the bases for the Nittany Lions. Taven Kelly on deck, who is 0 for 1 on the day, but here comes the 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4, he lost him. And that will load up the bases full of Nittany Lions for Taven Kelly. Taven Kelly, who's batting in the 9th spot today. He's batting .269 the year. He grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in his first at-bat. Can redeem himself with a nice hit here.
And with the Nittany Lions, now they have some of the best position that either team has had all game so far.
Yep. Bases are full. First pitch is grounded softly, but it will be foul. Just sneak outside. Sortes got it right after. Would have been a tough position for both if that was in fair territory, with Piancentino hustling down from the third base line from third base, trying to score. But nevertheless, it's 0-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Gerlot at first, Norris at second, Piancentino at third. The 1-0, the 0-1, excuse me, is taken for a ball, so it'll be 1-1. Penn State already scored once in this inning. They have 3 hits on the inning. They've left 2 runners on base so far in these first 3 innings, trying to avoid that here with 3 runners on. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Allen's one pitch away from escaping this jam with only limited damage done. Here comes the 1-2 pitch from Allen. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Allen escapes the jam. Michigan escapes the jam, only giving up 1 run. This game will stay at 5-1 in favor of the Wolverines through 3.5. Jeffress will lead off for the Wolverines. And Vihaan, that was a big play to end the inning, escaping with limiting damage to just the one run. As Penn State has gotten some hits now in these first after that first inning, but Michigan has prevented them from being able to take advantage of any of that.
Yeah, and you definitely gotta think, if you're a Nittany Lions fan, player, just associate them with any way, you're definitely ruining that opportunity, and assuming you go on to lose this game, it'll probably haunt you for the rest of the game, thinking that you could have easily had a grand slam 3-run homer to put you back in touching position of the lead.
Yeah, that was a big opportunity squandered there, but it just shows the importance of getting some more runs here for if you're Michigan, taking advantage yourself. Every run is important here, especially in this Big Ten opening weekend series. Michigan 1-0 after winning yesterday afternoon in the Big Ten play, trying to win this opening series. Crowd trying to hype up the Wolverines here. I hear him a lot, this one fan. He's a vocal fan down there.
Yeah, Michigan fans always make it a intimidating environment for their opponent, and that's definitely the case here today.
Yeah, those who have showed up have definitely made their voices heard here, as Cody Jeffress will lead off for Michigan. He walked twice in this game. He scored once, but he has done a good job working the count against Lundsman, who's thrown 84 pitches. This may be his last inning. We'll see how he can get through it. First pitch, it's popped up, foul, out of play for strike one. Here's the second pitch. It's ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jeffress. Like I said, walked twice today. He scored in the first. Was left stranded on second in inning number 2. The 1-1 is grounded to shortstop. Ranging backhanded by Harry, who will fire. He will not be able to throw it. It was too deep. Jeffress beat it out without a throw. And Michigan gets the first runner of the inning on with the infield single. Hit it right where you want to hit it, in a deep shortstop gap. Harry made a good play fielding, going to his right to field the ball on the backhand, but did not try to throw it over to first. Would have been a tough play anyway. I don't think he would have gotten it. And Tito Flores will come up with a runner on. He's walked, and he's grounded out to the pitcher. He flew out to the pitcher, popped up on a bunt. He's showing bunt again. He'll pop it up again, and there's a diving play by Lundsman, who will then throw it away as he tried to get it to first. So the runner will advance to second base. Lundsman with a great play, and then a bad error. So out number 1 recorded, but runner advances to second. Lundsman, I think he just got a little scared after he made a great play. He thought he had a chance to get the double play, but threw it away, went on the ground. Flores has popped up 2 bunts today. This time he does the job. He gets the runner advance anyway, so not the way you expected. It's going to go down as probably the 3rd error for for Penn State, and the second one on Lundsman.
Yeah, quite a few errors today, and I think you can chalk some of them up to the wind, making the ball much harder to control.
And the rain, that might be a little slick there, but
yeah, the ball's definitely slippery. It's like we've been saying, it's not ideal for anyone in this game, but especially if you're fielding, to not be able to have good control of the ball.
Definitely there, but 1 ball, no strikes. Jeffress on at second. Burton at the plate, who reached on the first of Lundsman's 2 errors as he fouls it off back there. He reached on the first of Lundsman's errors, drove in a run at that, and then he scored later on. And in the second, he grounded out to Lundsman. So Lundsman's been busy fielding. He's got a couple errors, but also a couple putouts. Ground ball right up to Lundsman. Is going to diving play and gets through for a base hit. Runner rounds third. He will score. An RBI single for Burton makes it 6-1 Michigan.
And Michigan's 5-run lead is back as Joe Longo steps up to the plate. If anyone could add to this lead, you would think it's him. Designated hitter with 3 home runs and 1 RBI and 1 run on the afternoon today.
Yeah, single for Burton, right past Lunsman and past the diving Hannon, who couldn't get it. And the ground ball is third, fielded by Norris, who will throw to second. Gets the out. 1 out is all he'll get. Gets the force at second. Took a little too long to get that over to second base, so he had no chance of getting the double play there. But Norris to Hannon on the 5-4 put out. And 2 outs here in inning number 4. 6-1 Michigan. And Velasquez steps to the plate. Takes strike 1. He had a double, brought in 2 in inning number 1. And then was out in the 3rd inning. The 0-1 is fly ball, left center field. Wind blows it to left field, and Kelly will make the play, no problem. And that will end the 4th inning. So in that inning, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. Michigan regains the 5-run lead. And Michigan doing what you want to do. Just Penn State got a run back. Michigan will snag it right away. And it's 6-1 here.
And you got to think, will Penn State's coaching staff consider pulling Lunsman soon? Like, maybe not at this instant, but maybe by the end of the 5th, end of the 6th?
He got out of that inning relatively quickly, but his pitch count was high to begin with due to how he played the first couple innings. So we will see. Penn State does have some activity in the bullpen starting up.
Yeah, he has thrown a lot of pitches today, to be exact.
But Chase Allen, who's only thrown 66, will come up to pitch the 5th inning. His line so far today is 4 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, which was earned. He also has 1 walk, but he struck out 4. He's getting up 2 doubles today. Gave up a run the last inning. He's started to give up a little more here after a strong start. Retired the first 5 hitters of the ball game. But got into a little bit of trouble on the base passes, but he was able to escape a bases-loaded jam to only give up 1 run in the previous inning.
Michigan
and will face the top of the Penn State order to start here in the 5th. Go ahead.
Yeah, my apologies.
You're good.
Michigan have been able to avoid some of the errors that Penn State have, and maybe that's because they're more used to playing in these conditions. They've played a lot more. They've probably played more games in the wind and rain than Penn State have. And
yeah, both teams have, or Penn State especially, they've had 3 errors today.
Whereas Michigan has only had
with 2 of them.
Two.
Lunson's got 2 of them. Michigan has been clean on the fielding department. But here comes Brantley to lead off the top of the 1st. He's 1 for 2, fly out, and a single. First pitch is a ball. Michigan's bullpen relatively fresh after 8 strong innings from their ace last night, yesterday afternoon, as it's 2-0. Connor O'Halloran had pitched 8 strong innings. Only needed 1 inning of relief, so the bullpen is fresh. We'll see how long they have Allen go. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike 1. Takes the ball, 3-1 here. Missing the strike zone a little bit. Brantley trying to get on for the 2nd time today, and with Harry and Hannon due up here behind him. Swing and a miss on the 3-1 pitch. Count is full. The payoff pitch on the way from Allen. Here it comes. Swinging ground ball, second base. Burton will field, throws it simply to Marty, and that's the first out of the inning.
Pretty comfortable out for Michigan.
Yep, slow roller. Burton fielded it to his, made a nice play, nice simple play on the ground out. for the first out here in the inning. Jay Harry, 0 for 2 today, steps up to the plate with a flyout and a strikeout. First pitch is a strike from Allen. Yo 1, low and outside, 1-1. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Good pitch there. 1-2. Here it is a 1-2 pitch. Bounced it to Sortes, who blocked it. 2 balls, 2 outs here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, excuse me. 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Here comes the 2-2. Low, 3-2. Full count again. Penn State's working the at-bats here in this 5th inning. Getting that pitch count up. Here is a full count pitch. Swing and ground ball. It will stay. No, it'll go just foul in front of Marty, who was trying to scoop it, but it bounced to the foul side of the first base bag. So Harry will get another chance at it with 1 out here. Full count. It's a soft roller out of play. Nearly stayed in play for an easy put out for Marty, but goes out of play.
Definitely been a good game for Allen's overall ERA. It's down significantly compared to the 5.88 I think it was at the start of the game. Now he's at 5.34.
Payoff pitch is fly ball right above us, out of play. Stays full. But yeah, Allen only giving up to 1 run through 4 innings. But he is being forced to work by Jay Harry here. Full count pitch once again. And strike 3 looking. Harry thought it was inside. Allen gets the strikeout, his 5th of the afternoon. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Harry didn't like that call, thought it was inside, but home plate umpire Wilson Rayner rung him up. That's the 2nd out of the inning. And here comes Hannon to the plate. Kyle Hannon, who has a double and a fly out. He's 1 for 2 today. He takes ball 1 inside.
He's also batting .304 on the season with 5 home runs, 11 RBI, and an impressive 13 stolen bases.
If he gets on base, he has been really good on the base passes. Takes ball 1 outside, or that's ball 2 outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Kyle Hannon out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Went to Redland High School. The 2-0 pitch. Strike down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes a pitch. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Every at-bat this inning has gone to 3 balls. Working a pitch count. That was his 80th pitch for Allen, but here comes pitch number 81. It's a strike. Hannon thought it was a ball. He started his trot over to first base, but he's brought back. And we'll have the 3rd full count here in this top of the 5th inning. The payoff pitch on the way. Fly ball down the left field line, and it will get out of play. Count stays full. Base is empty, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 6-1 in favor of the Michigan Wolverines. Here comes the pitch. Down, and this time it is inside for ball 4. And Penn State gets the runner on with 2 outs here. His 2nd time reaching base. Here comes Piacentino up to the plate. He singled in the 4th inning. He also grounded out to short. In the second, he's 1 for 2 today. But we mentioned it, Hannon, he's got 13 stolen bases on the year as Pianacentino takes strike 1. Hannon's got 13 stolen bases, only called once. He scored 22 runs a year. We'll see if they send him with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, down by 5. 0-1. It's down in the turf, blocked by Sotres enough where Hannon did not think about going to second. Still 1-1. And looks in and gets ready for the 1-1 pitch. Runner goes. Ball. Throw is high from Sotres and stolen base. He gets in there safely. Stolen base number 14. Gets to in the scoring position with 2 outs. Pitch was called a ball 2, so it's 2-1. The Sotres' throw over to second was high. Byrne applied the tag late. Here comes the pitch. Line drive over the base hit. Left field. Hannon rounds third. He will be close play at home, but he got him. Not in time. Base hit single RBI for Pianacentino. Gives Penn State their second run of the game. And it's 6-2 now. And Josh Spiegel will step out to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop fly to first base. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball slowly over to the first baseman, Marty. He will take it to himself, steps on the bag, and that is the end of the top of the 5th. Penn State gets 1 run on 1 hit. 1 man left on base. Bottom of the 5th, 6-2 Wolverines. Here from Ray Fisher Stadium. We'll see if Penn State will go to their bullpen or not.
Yeah, my estimation is that maybe they'll switch the relievers around. Probably bottom of the 6th, something like that.
We'll see what they decide to do. His linesman's pitch count was pretty high.
Yeah, Lensman has had a high pitch count, and he has not had the best game, so you have to see if maybe they think there's any way they can salvage it and pull off a comeback with their relievers, or do they just want to rest him and hope he comes back healthier, comes back stronger for whenever the next game he pitches is.
He was 4-0 coming in, and they do have a new pitcher in. The lefty is in for Penn State. Can't tell what number he is. Once we find out who is in, we will let you know. Ryan Partridge is coming in to pitch out of Raleigh, North Carolina for Penn State. So linesman's day is done. His final line is 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs, only 4 of them earned. But he also had 4 walks, which were pretty costly. He had 3 strikeouts. And that's it for him on the afternoon. And Partridge comes in. He's 1-0 on the year. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, given 4 hits and 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts to 5 walks. Has a 1.59 ERA, and he'll be bullpen rest of the way for Penn State. We'll see how they can do that here.
And I guess an example of the broadcaster jinx on my part, just as I said that Lensman would probably at least make it to the 6th, they pull him out. You can understand why. He's not had a great game, and he's also pitched, and his pitch count is also very high. Might want to rest him and hope that he comes back refreshed the next time he pitches.
Yeah, not his greatest outing. He was 4-0, but he is in line for the loss at this point, which would be his first of the season. Sotres in to hit to lead off the inning. He takes ball 1 upstairs. Ground ball on the second pitch. Shortstop Harry Fields fires to first. makes the play, 1 out here in the inning. Ryan Partridge records the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. The 6-3 put out. And here comes Marty to hit. Jake Marty out of Bloomington, Illinois. He's 0 for 2 today, but he does have an RBI on a fielder's choice. Takes ball 1 inside. The 1-0 is strike outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Partridge gets ready. Off speed, pitch is called strike 2. 1-2 quickly here on Marty. And he says 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, but he does have a run batted in on a fielder's choice. The 1-2 is just outside, 2-2.
And his average on the season remains a strong .323 with 1 homer, 9 RBI, 10 hits, and 2 stolen bases.
Solid year for the first baseman this year. As he waits the 2-2. Check swing. Doesn't go. Ball is low, and we have a full count.
Michigan fans aren't as loud as they were earlier, but now that Michigan holds a pretty strong lead, you can understand why.
As Marty swings and misses, the play will be finished at first base, and that is the second out of the inning. Strike him out, throw him out, finish the play. Bramley to steal. His first strikeout for Ryan Partridge. And Mitch Voigt will step up to the plate, who struck out in the first, walked in the third. He's 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Going up against the lefty Ryan Partridge. Ground ball up the middle, diving play by the second baseman, but the throw is going to be one-hopped and late. Voigt beats it out, gets the single, and with 2 outs, Michigan gets their first base run of the inning. And try and get some two out at bats going to try to extend their lead after Penn State responded, and they've scored the past 2 innings, so both teams have. So first base loaded as Jonathan Kim, the number 9 hitter, will step into the box. Lefty on lefty here. Ball inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Strike called. Strike 1 outside. Corner. So the 1-1 here with 2 outs. Voigt at first. Came at the dish. Partridge to fire. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Partridge trying to get out of this inning quickly. Get his bats back on the field, who's starting to heat up a little bit, getting some runs the past 2 innings. Here's the 1-2. Swinging ground ball towards first, foul, just down the line, diving, steal, couldn't get it, but it was foul anyway. So it stays 1-2.
Jonathan Kim, not necessarily the best day for him. He's 0 for 2 with 0 runs and 0 RBI.
1-2 grounded up to Partridge. Oh, got past Partridge, and nobody's going to get that, and that's going to be a infield single. The corner, first and second now loaded. Partridge looked like he was going to field that, and it just bounced right under his glove.
Now, I think the ball is definitely slippery, and I think that's impacting Penn State. I think they must have much less experience playing in these conditions than Michigan does.
They're no strangers to the bad weather out in central Pennsylvania, but I don't think they're going to call that an error. That's error number 4.
And those are very costly mistakes.
Third one by the pitcher, this time by Partridge. First and second loaded, 2 outs. Cody Jeffers takes strike 1. He's been up to plate 3 times. Only 1 at bat though. He's walked twice. Has a single. He scored twice today. 1-0 is outside, 2-0. Michigan trying to extend their lead, which has been brought back to 4 with Jeffress, the senior. Partridge in.
Jeffers still looking for his first homer of the season.
Grounds it to short. Harry will field it. Charges in. Fires to first. In time to get him. And that is the end of the inning. Partridge escapes with no damage done. No runs, just 1 hit, 1 error. 2 men left on. It stays 6-2 through 5 here in Ray Fisher Stadium, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
I didn't ask my usual question for the past few innings, so I guess I'll ask it for the past few. Thoughts on the last 3 innings?
It was a fun 3 innings there. Michigan, we're seeing some more runs being scored on both sides now. More runners on base, but Michigan has been able to escape the jams, which has been the difference so far. They have not given up the crooked number that Penn State gave up in the first inning. And Michigan put themselves with 3 innings to go, or with 4 innings to go, excuse me. No, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 innings to go to get right back in this ball game.
And earlier I know we said that maybe it might be a low-scoring ball game just because of the weather, but now do you think that maybe the weather is contributing to what's turning into a high-scoring ball game with, as we've seen, Penn State having not had much control over the ball, Michigan with a couple of errors in there, and I think that's definitely leading to the pace of the game. The fact that the ball is just less easy to control, and as a result, it's easier to score.
And Michigan is taking advantage of plentiful Penn State errors. 4 to be exact total for Penn State. You don't see too many 4-error games. But Michigan is taking full advantage of the 4 that Penn State has committed. And Chase Allen will step back up to the mound to pitch once again to continue his 5-inning, 7 hits, only 2 runs allowed stat line so far. He's thrown 92 pitches. I assume his this inning will be his last. His voice hat flew off of him. He had to chase it off. You could see the wind. Some caps have been flying off throughout the ball game. But leading things off is Norris, who singled and drove in a run his last at bat. He takes ball 1. Got a single and a double today for Norris. Halfway to the cycle. We'll see if he could add to that today. But if you're Penn State, any runner will help in this situation as he swings and misses. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, Norris is batting .344 and slugging .594.
Batting .500 when he leads off an inning. Takes the ball 2 balls, 1 strike. Allen waits. Allen sets, fires towards home plate. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. North trying to get on base. Steele, Gerlot due up behind him. In this top half of the 6th inning. 3-1. Ground ball to third. Voigt will fire down as he loses his hat, but he makes a play for the first out here in the top of the 6th.
Chase Allen still on the mound, still going strong. Although maybe we'll start to see him. Maybe we'll start to see. There's activity in the Michigan bullpen now that we speak of it. Number 48 looks to be warming up. So maybe
Noah Renard, the right-hander, warming up in the pen.
So maybe Chase Allen is getting ready to call it a game soon.
Probably his last inning, as that was pitch number 98, which is a ball.
Good game for him, definitely. Only allowed 2 runs, struck out a lot of batters, retired his first 5 batters.
1-0 is grounded to second base. Burton will field it, fires to first. 2 up and 2 down here in the 6th inning. Allen been sharp here in this inning. And Gerlot will come up to the plate. He singled and walked 1 for 1 today for the sophomore.
And Allen's hat just flew off in the wind.
And another hat flying. The wind is really, it flew all the way to the catcher. Will walk out to take it. Large gusts of winds throughout this nice afternoon here. But 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Allen trying to get through 6 innings here. Pitch number 100 on the way for him. It's fouled off in the netting. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 from Allen. It's outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes Allen's 1-1 pitch. Ground ball fouled down the third base line. So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And Noah Renard's warm-up is becoming much more frequent as we see him regularly throwing out pitches. Fully expect there to be activity on the mound anytime soon.
Allen trying to finish off his work here through 6 innings, probably his last inning. Took a ball 2 outside, was Gerlot. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit. Hat flies into as the ball goes into right field. Voigt's hat flew into the foul territory, but Gerlach gets on for the 2nd time today. 3rd time today, 2 hits and a walk. And with 2 outs, Penn State keeping the inning alive and making Chase Allen work a little more to get through 6 innings. Kelly steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, but he'll get a base hit here between short and third. Runners advance 1 station. 1st and 2nd loaded. 2 straight singles to right field for the Nittany Lions. And the leadoff hitter, Brantley, stepping up to the plate for Penn State, who's trying to continue to mount a comeback after being down 4 early. Still a 4-run game. It's 6-2. But with 2 outs, Penn State with 2 hits now and trying to keep a 2-out rally going.
Bramley 1 for 3 on the day, 0 RBI, 0 runs.
But that looks like it might be it for Chase Allen, as the manager Tracy Smith coming out. We'll see if probably will pull him, taking his time getting to the mound, try to give the reliever a few extra pitches to warm up. But a solid afternoon for Chase Allen. Goes 5 2/3, giving up 9 hits, but only 2 runs. He's responsible for the 2 runners on 1st and 2nd. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Gave up 2 doubles on 105 pitches.
Noah Renard has now walked up to the mound.
Noah Renard will take over for the Wolverines here in relief of Allen.
As Chase Allen's teammates congratulate him on a game well pitched, and he takes a spot in the dugout, Noah Renard lines up to throw his first pitch of the game.
And Allen, firstly, he is in line for the win after pitching the 5 2 strong innings. 5 2/3 strong innings. Noah Renard out of Santa Rosa, California, the senior, 6'3", 205. Throws right-handed. He earned a win in 4 strikeouts and 2 innings pitched in a win over University of Alabama Birmingham earlier this month. But on the year, Renard's 2-0. He's pitched 20 innings, 20 and a third inning, given 14 hits, 7 earned runs, got 3.10 ERA. He also has 2 saves on the year. This is not a save situation, but potentially getting some extra innings in for as Michigan continues through this ball game. We said earlier in the in the telecast that with Connor O'Halloran throwing 8 strong innings yesterday, that bullpen relatively fresh. And they will have to get through 3 1/3 innings to complete this ball game and win the series here against the Nittany Lions in Big Ten opening weekend from a chilly, windy Ray Fisher Stadium at the Wilpon Complex.
And Michigan's performance in this series so far should definitely fill all Wolverines fans with some confidence as to the next slate of Big Ten opponents, which continues on with Central Michigan and then a series against Illinois on the road.
Yeah, Central Michigan. We had tomorrow and then Central Michigan during midweek to finish off this long 8-game homestand for the Wolverines before they hit the road to Champaign to continue Big Ten play. Yeah, Michigan was only 9-11 in non-conference play. They faced Central later this week in a non-conference game, but Michigan won the Big Ten tournament last year. And obviously, you play well in Big Ten play, you put yourself in a position to make the NCAA tournament, and potentially a College World Series appearance, which is always the goal for the 2-time World Series champions. But Noah Renard's first pitch is a ball high to Bramley, the leadoff hitter, who's 1 for 3 today with a single, fly out, and a ground out. The 1-0 is in the turf, 2-0. Here comes the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Good pitch there. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Trying to get out of this inning unscathed once again. Michigan's limited their damage when they've had base runners on. Ground ball to first. Marty will pick it up, take it himself, touches the bag, and Michigan escapes the inning once again. Strands 2 and gets out of it. Renard comes in, faces 1 batter, throws 4 pitches, and gets out of the inning, does his job there. And this game will stay 6-2 in favor of the Wolverines.
And something of an afternoon to forget for Bramley, who has otherwise been one of Penn State's more efficient hitters, as Noah Renard is off to a fine start in his role as relief pitcher here on this Saturday afternoon. Thank you all for staying tuned to WCBN's coverage of Michigan baseball. WCBN is devoted to bringing you the absolute best quality coverage of Michigan athletics across all sports.
It's been a fun one here. Weather aside, we've had our window cracked open. Which maybe we're regretting that decision because it could be much warmer without it, but keeping the gnats on for sure to get the feel of being in the ballpark. For those who did not want to brave the elements or just joining us from wherever, happy to have you out here.
And hey, if the players can brave playing out in these conditions, I think we can brave not even being out in the conditions, just cranking the window open.
Yeah, we definitely can. Parter it's back in for Penn State. Pitching the last half inning, he will pitch another pitching here in the bottom of the 6th for the Nittany Lions. He will be facing off of Tito Flores, Ted Burton, and Joe Longo. The 2, 3, and 4 hitters. We're combined 2 for 8 on the afternoon. Flores to lead off first here in the 3rd. He walked in his first at bat, and he has 2 pop-ups while trying to bunt 2 pop-ups to the pitcher. So he's 0 for 2 on the afternoon, batting 195 on the year. Started batting 200 even. But here comes the Detroit native up to the plate. Here in the 6-2 ball game. First pitch is called strike 1. 0-1. Hit him. That hit Flores. A gust of wind blew right as the pitch was coming and may have blown it into Flores, but he will take the base anyway. So the leadoff hitter is on. First hit batter of the game for either side. And Ted Burton will come on with the runner on first.
Burton 1 for 3, 2 RBI, 1 run. Solid performance from him. As we mentioned earlier, one of this Michigan team's better players and one of the team's leaders.
Having 282 on the year.
3 home runs, 17 RBI, 22 hits, and 2 stolen bases. Quite the stat line.
Tito Flores has been pinch run for. As the first pitch is ball 1. Robert Pitts Jr., the pinch runner from Los Angeles, California. In for Tito Flores, he is at first base. The 1-0. Strike outside. One and one for Burton, who scored once. He reached on an error. He takes the ball to there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here comes a 2-1 from the lefty. High. 3 balls and 1 strike. Following Burton is Joe Longo, who's 1 for 3, and then Joey Velasquez, also 1 for 3. Next 2 hitters in line for Michigan. Here comes the 3-1. Runner goes. Ball 4. So, yep, walks. There's a little bit of confusion, I feel, but that was ball 4. So, on the stolen base, doesn't matter. Runners advance. First and second loaded. No outs for the designated hitter Joe Longo, who is 1 for 3 today. He doubled in the first and drove in a run. In a similar situation as here, he had runners on. Able to get a good pitch and drive it to the left field corner. So first and second. First pitch is a ball outside. Here comes the coaching staff for Penn State. Mander coming up to the mound.
And are we going to see another pitching change?
I think they're just talking. I don't see any activity in the Penn State bullpen, but the onward to Omaha sign is blocking my view of one of the spots, so I can't tell if there's some warm up. I think they're just talking out as Partridge has struggled here in this half inning. Pitched a good fifth inning in relief. But the infield is in to talk with the coaching staff, with the pitching coach. Has the runners on first and second. 1 ball, no strikes, and no outs here. The home plate umpire is taking a slow trot out to the mound to try and break up the meeting, but they break up themselves anyway. Another half flies off. This one's Norris, is the third baseman. He's got to run into the foul territory to pick it up. A common theme today, as we've mentioned throughout the broadcast, quite windy and gusty.
Joe Longo, not necessarily the most productive day for him, but he still got 1 RBI and 1 run.
A solid 1 for 3 out in the afternoon and has a chance to extend Michigan's lead. The 1-0. It's a line drive down the left field line. It is foul. Just missed. Would have brought in a run, maybe 2.
Yeah, if that ball had gone into the retired numbers wall instead of over the line into the bullpen, that could have potentially been a scoring play for Michigan.
Instead, it fouled out. So 1-1. For Longo. He steps into the box. Gets set. Here comes the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Pitts Jr. at second, Burton at first. Longo at the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Time is called. Yeah, Partridge took too long there. We've got the pitch clock. So it's 3-1 now. They'll get the pitch clock ball. Here's the 3-1, and suddenly to walk right away. Took too long to throw the pitch, and suddenly too quick. Another ball there, and bases are loaded with Wolverines for Joey Velasquez.
Let's hope the Wolverines can capitalize on this play, unlike what Penn State did the last time they had a set of loaded bases.
Penn State could not capitalize earlier. They had bases loaded, only were able to get 1 run out of the inning completely, but Velasquez trying to add a few insurance runs. He takes strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. Outside. 1-1 on Velasquez, who doubled in the first, brought in 2 runs. A double here could bring 3 in and really blow this game open. Here comes the 1-1. Line drive, foul. Almost hit the first base coach. The fans are letting him hear that. They're getting vocal again. We haven't heard them in a little bit, but with the bases loaded, they're enjoying themselves out there.
A fair few people have exited, but there's still a decent number of Michigan faithful.
Popped up. Third baseman Norris will field it near the Michigan logo in front of their dugout, and that will be the first out here. In the 6th inning, bases remain loaded. Gabe Sotre is coming up to the plate now. He tripled in the 3rd, 2 ground outs to shortstop. That he hit the ball to right field, and that ball hopped off the wall, and it was a scramble over to 3rd. Here's the first pitch to him. He grounds it. Foul. 0-1 to Sotres, the catcher for the Wolverines. Michigan try to add on to their lead here with the bases loaded, 1 out. Penn State trying to draw a double play here and get out of it unscathed. Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball, foul again. Just fights it off. 0-2 now. Just quickly 0-2 here on Sotres. Partridge trying to get the strikeout here. Big pitch here. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him for the 2nd out of the inning. And after starting with no outs and bases loaded, now there are 2 outs with the bases loaded for Marty, who will come up. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And an RBI though. Can redeem himself with a big at bat here. Swings and misses on the first one, 0-1. The 0-1. Down and away. Ramley keeps in front of him to prevent a run from scoring. 1-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-1. Ground ball, diving play, and gets past the first baseman, and Michigan's going to score 1. They will score 2. Marty gets the RBI single on a slow roller that got past the diving Steele and Hannon. Michigan drives 2 runs in, and they've extended their lead to 8-2.
Biggest lead of the game so far for Michigan, and with 3 innings left, it's looking good.
Yeah, Michigan drives in 2, and first and second still loaded. They have a chance to extend their lead here with 2 outs. Mitch Voigt up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Takes ball 1 low and inside. Partridge looking in, trying to limit the damage that's already been done. Here comes the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Boy, as we said, he's got a hit. He has a single. He's also struck out and walked today. 1-1. 2-0, excuse me. He's inside, 3-0. And Partridge trying to put himself in a tough pickle here. 3-0. Strike down the middle. Voigt wasn't swinging there. So it's 3-1 now. Here comes fouled out play in the parking lot. Count full. First and second loaded. Runners will be on the move here with 2 outs. Double could bring both of them in here.
Mitch Voigt on the plate today. A solid 1 for 2. No RBI, no runs.
Runners go as expected, but the pitch is fouled off, and it stays full with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
The fact that neither team has been able to capitalize on their loaded bases shows you that it really is quite difficult to score a grand slam or a home run from that position.
Michigan 4 for 15 with runners on, but they will take the ball 4. Voigt walks to load the bases once again with Wolverines. Michigan working another walk there. So bases loaded once again. Now for Jonathan Kim, who's 0 for 3 today. Reached on an error from the pitcher in his last at-bat in the last inning. And a prime opportunity to really blow this game open if you're Michigan. First pitch, strike 1. Kim's reached twice on errors. He's also struck out. Swings and misses on a pitch in the left-handed batter's box. Good pitch there by Partridge. And it's quickly 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Fly ball right field. Wind is blowing. It's going to get down into the corner. This is going to bring in 2 runs. This is going to bring in 3 runs as misplayed by Kelly. A 3-run stand-up double. And Michigan clears the bases. Jonathan Kim with a big play there. It is 11-2.
That game and that play alone, Partridge, just a few pitches ago, Partridge's earned run average was sitting somewhere below 2. Want to know what it is right now? 7.36.
Yep, giving up 3 runs there, 5 total in this inning. But he is still...
Just as I was about to say that Jonathan Kim hadn't had the most impressive game today, he goes ahead and has a key role in a 3-run scoring play.
Big time double. That ball just carried into the corner opposite field. The wind blew that one. 1-0 is taken for strike 1-1.
With a 9-run lead at this point, you gotta wonder if the game is just over for Penn State.
Still 3 innings to go though. So that ball is taken strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But Michigan has shown their offensive prowess here in this. Yesterday they scored 13. Today they've scored 11. Through 5 2/3. The 1-2 is outside, 2-2. Partridge in 1-2, 2-2. Low.
That is
full count once again. Partridge has thrown his next pitch will be number 50 in 1 2/3 innings. He's given up 3 hits and 5 runs. The full count pitch is grounded to the shortstop. Harry will field it, runs up. 1 hopper dug up by Steele, who makes a play and ends the inning, but not before the Wolverines throw up another crooked number. They put up 5 runs on 2 hits and 1 man left on base. So it is 11-2 here in this after 6. We will take a quick break here on WCBN Sports live from Ray Fisher Stadium. Stay tuned. We are back here, top of the 7th inning. 11-2 is the score in favor of Michigan. Van Remort taking over for first base. Fua Marty will shift into left field. The first pitch has popped up. Tio Flores was pinch ran for in the last half inning, so he is gone from the ball game. Marty moves from first to left field, and Van Remort will take his spot at first. Here's we're in the top of the 7th. Noah Renard back to work here. He'll get 1 out in to end the 6th inning and escape that inning with no damage. Now 1-1 here for Jay Harry, who's 0 for 3 today. Fouls it off. 1-2. Harry steps into the box. Renard ready. Here comes the 1-2. Line drive deep, but it makes a play. It's Velasquez. He roamed over to his left. Makes the put out for the first out here in this inning. And Kyle Hannon will step up to the plate with 1 down here in the 7th inning. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon with a double and 2 runs. He has walked as well. First pitch is taken, strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball, diving play. Van Remort, who will flip it over to Renard, who makes the play for the second out. That's a nice defensive play by the defensive replacement, Van Remort. And that's 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Jack Van Remortel from Carmel, Indiana, making a nice diving play. Flipped it over to Renard, who covered the bag. And then Renard comes back and throws strike 1. Pasentino's got 2 singles, one of them driving home a run. Swings and misses there, though, and quickly behind 0-2. Renard moving quickly through this top of the 7th inning. Is 1 strike away from getting through it. 1-2-3. The 0-2 is outside. 1-2. I don't believe there's been a 1-2-3 inning since the first inning. Renard trying to do that here. The 1-2 is grounded to short. Jeffers fields it, fires to first, 3 up, 3 down. And that gets the inning taken care of. Renard, no runs, no hits, nobody left on. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The score remained 11-2 in favor of the Wolverines. A solid inning for Renard.
And that is the quickest inning that we've had in a while. Following up the incredible offensive performance of the 6th inning with some good defensive play from the outfield in the 7th. And let's just hope and see if Michigan can hold on and win this ball game.
Michigan has played real well today. Offensively, defensively, they've made some big plays. Pitching, they've gotten out of the jams that when they've been put into jams, they've been able to get out of them.
And they've avoided the errors that Penn State have made. Granted, Penn State have also cut back on their errors, but those 4 you got to think. Especially if you're, sorry, 1 second. Especially if you're Lensman, those I think are the things you're going to regret the most. The 2 errors on his part, and then there was the 1 error on the part of Partridge.
Yeah, 4 errors total, or they've corrected it back to 2 errors, so they've rescored a couple of them. So now they're only 2 errors for Penn State. Nonetheless, they've been pretty costly. As Michigan has scored 2 unearned runs, even though at this point that 5 spot in the last half inning really helped out. As we have a new pitcher coming in for Penn State, a lefty sidearm pitcher, Jacob Coffin, who has thrown 7 innings pitched this season, given up 5 hits and 1 earned run, with 6 strikeouts to just 2 walks, and a 1.29 ERA. So, different arm slot with the sidearm, submarine style for Jacob Coffin, and he will go up against Van Remortel, Burton, and Longo here in the bottom of the 7th. As Mr. Brightside plays, along with taking me out to the ball game earlier, here in the 7th inning stretch.
The go-to take me out to the ball game, the go-to staple of all ball games. Mr. Brightside, the go-to staple of all Michigan athletics events.
It's a fitting song choice here, as we got some rain coming back down as Jack Van Remortel steps up for his first plate appearance. First pitch is ball 1 inside. Van Remortel batting .227 on the year.
But with 17 strikeouts compared to 10 hits.
High fly ball. I cannot see it with the rain, but it looks like the outfielders are gonna. That ball is just gonna die in the air from the wind. That ball completely died, and Michigan will get a 2-bagger out of that. I did not see the rain pellets have come onto our window and made it hard to see in the air, but that ball just died in front of Piacentino and Kelly, who are charging for it, and Michigan uses the wind to advantage there and gets the double to lead off here in the 7th inning. We said the wind has been a factor, and it played a big role there on getting Van Remortel onto second base. As Coffin's hat flies off of him and gets all the way to the hitter Burton. And the wind and the rain are really stepping up here.
While the weather hasn't significantly improved at any point during this game, thankfully it hasn't gotten worse to the point that it would potentially threaten the flow of play. The players have played on. With the exception of a couple of hats gone, nothing else has been significantly impacted by the weather, which I would say is a good thing.
Yeah, besides that, yeah, the game has moved along. Here comes the pitch to Burton's ball 1. Burton had in 4 plate appearances today. He's 2 for 3 with two singles. He scored twice, and he's brought in 2 runs. He's had himself a solid day today. And a line drive right to the shortstop, Harry, who didn't move a step, and right to him for the first out here in the 7th inning. The bottom of the 7th. And here comes Joe Longo. Runner still on second base. One gone now. Joe Longo trying to bring him home here. He's 1 for 3 with a double, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Another half flies off. It's Coffin once again. Once again, flying all the way to the home plate. You can see the wind blowing towards home plate as the hat flies all the way from the mound to the bag where his catcher Bramley will retrieve it for him. One out here. The first pitch is ball out. Strike one, excuse me. Catching the outside corner of the plate. 0-1.
No homers today on either side, despite the fact that it's been a high-scoring game, which we predicted at the start of the game. It's going to be difficult to score homers under these conditions.
Fly ball out of play, foul. It's hard to see the ball when it goes in the air with our window. And it's very windy anyway, so if we open the window, look at the howl of the wind. 0-2 though. On Joe Longo. Here comes the pitch. Line drive. Foul. Just foul. Umpire, third base umpire Burrell getting out of the way and making the call there. Stays 0-2 with one out here in the 7th.
For a decent second, I thought that would end up going all the way to the retired numbers wall, but just fell, hitting against the side of Michigan's bullpen.
The 0-2 once again. That one line, great scoop up by Norris, but the throw is wild and behind. So he will stay to first. Remortal will go to third, and he will stop there. A great snag by Norris on the backhand, but a tough throw. And he hopped it. Steele couldn't handle it. That will probably go as an error. It will for now, the third error. So the corners are loaded now with one out here. Then Velasquez trying to drive them in here. The first pitch to Velasquez. Ball low. Velasquez says, or correction, we have a pinch hitter. Haltnick is in. He's 250 on the year. His only 4 at-bats with 1 hit. This is his 5th at-bat of the year. He takes ball 2. I'll take out of Battle Creek, Michigan, about west of here, about an hour and a half or so, as he takes strike 1. Inside. 2-1 on him. The corner's loaded and 1 out. The pitch is inside once again. 3-1. Holtick struck out twice this year in his 4 at-bats. He has not walked. With a 1 hit, we said a single. The 3-1 is grounded softly. It will hug the line for second, but go foul out of play. A slow roller down the third base line, and just snuck out of play before it was picked up by Bramley. So that fills up the count full 3-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Holtick trying to get on here with the payoff pitch on the way. Ground ball right to first base. He stops it as Steele. He will pick it up, tags the bag. Run will score though, so the out is recorded. But Michigan gets one more insurance run and makes it 12-2. The runner now on second base with 2 outs. The sharp ground ball to Steele, who was able to stop in front of him. Had enough time to pick it up, tag the bag with the run scored. 12-2 now. First pitch is a ball to another pinch hitter. This one is Brandon Lawrence from Santa Ynez, California. He steps in. He's batting .222 on the year. He will ground the ball softly to short, fires to first, And that is in time for out number 3. The inning over, Michigan does get 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left on base. We are through 7 here from Ann Arbor. It is 12-2 in favor of the Wolverines.
At this point, if you're Penn State, what exactly are you trying to get out of these last 2 innings of the game?
You gotta keep fighting. Obviously, you got 2 innings left today. You got tomorrow, Big Ten opening weekend. Excuse me, not the first game. The first game was yesterday, a 13-4 victory for the Michigan Wolverines. And with 6 outs to go, if you're Michigan, just kind of finish the job here, get out of here quickly so you can go inside and warm up, because it's definitely still chilly out here, and we're feeling it from inside the booth, and they're the ones standing out there on the field anyway. So
yeah, just got to strike out 6 more batters, and this one, another one for the books.
Well, we have some new arrangements in the field. We'll let you know as we had multiple pitch runners, and we have a new pitcher in for the Wolverines.
I think if there's any time to try and experiment and try something new, it's now when you're up 10-0 and likely have a series clinched. Averaging about 12 runs a game in the series so far, with the 13 runs scored yesterday and the 12 scored today, and not ruling out the possibility of scoring an extra run today, which is...
Yeah, you're right. Michigan has piled it on offensively here through these first 2 games, and the new pitcher for Michigan is Eamon Horweld, who is
a grad student, actually.
He has a 12.27 ERA. He's pitched 3 2/3, given him 9 hits and 5 runs. So this would be a good time for him to settle down and have a nice, quick appearance here. To Penn State will bring in some pinch hitters. In for Spiegel, we'll have a new pitcher. Greg Pace Jr. will take over in right field. Van Moore is in first, as he was Buckley at catcher. Casey Buckley from Long Beach, California. The first pitch to Marsh, the pinch hitter for Penn State, is inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Outside 2-0. Bobby Marsh fouls the 2-0 off in his first at-bat of the afternoon. He's had 40 at-bats in the year with 11 hits, 10 runs. He's batting .275. He's got 2 homers and 5 runs batted in on the season. The 2-1 is fouled back in the netting. And Horweld brings it back to a 2-2 count here in the top of the 8th inning. The 2-2 is grounded softly. Horwell will go towards it. He'll misplay it, flips it to first. And it's in time still to get it. That's a great play by Horwell, staying calm after he bobbled the ball. He roamed to his left, scooped the ball up, bobbled it for a second, picked it back up, and flipped it to first baseman Van Remortel, who got the out for the first out recorded here in the top of the 8th. Another pinch hitter for Penn State. Jake Cooper is hitting. The first pitch fouled away down the right field line. 0-1. Jake Cooper, his 10th at-bat of the season. Batting .222 on the year with 2 hits. He's walked once, struck out 4 times. Batting from the right side against the righty submarine pitcher. I want to say submarine, I say more side-armed. He misses down low, 1-1. 1-1. Ground ball to short. Fielded by Jeffress. Fires it over. Makes the play. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th inning. 2 up. And another pinch hitter coming in for Penn State. First steal is Brendan Franks, from a hometown kid from State College, Pennsylvania.
Only 1 hit on the year.
And his one at bat, though, he's batting 1,000. He will take strike 1.
Michigan just 4 outs away from clinching this victory.
Here comes the 0-1. Ground ball, diving play, but it gets past and down the right field line. He's gonna be 2 for 2. Franks will slide into second with a sliding double, not in time. So Brendan Franks gets his second hit of the season in his second try and gets a 2-out double here in the top of the 8th. Bring up Gerlot, who is 1 for 2 today. No, 2 for 2, excuse me. He's got 2 singles and a walk. He's reached base all 3 times today. He's had himself a solid evening. Solid afternoon. I want to say it's evening. Yeah, it's only 4:30.
No, I feel like 4:30 to 5 is the period where the afternoon becomes the evening.
First pitch is taken for strike 1. The 0-1 is grounded. It will die. Oh, it's going to go foul. Voigt was going to play it for a second. He decided to let it roll, thinking it would go foul, and it did go just foul. That will be strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here. The heads-up play by Voigt, letting the ball roll because he was probably not going to make the play at first. It would have been a difficult play. So he let the ball roll. It rolled just to the left side of the third base bag and out of play for foul ball. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. In the turf, 1-2, blocked by Buckley.
Horvidal with an earned run average of 10.38 on the season.
He dropped it down from 20 after getting its 2 outs. He's only pitched 4.1 innings, 4 1/3 innings this season. Giving up 5 runs. This will be a nice, if you can get a clean inning here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fly ball right field. Racing back for his pace. He's going to not get there. The wind kind of blew it away from him. He did not read that properly. And that's going to be a 3-bagger and an RBI. Penn State gets run number 3, a triple for Gerlot, who's got 3 hits on the day, and it's 12-3 in favor of the Wolverines. Still up in front big, but Pace misread that. Gerlot able to get all the way to third, and Penn State trying to just keep the game alive, just get more runs, just get back into this game slowly and surely.
Horvidal just needs to get himself 1 final out, and then, at least for now, until the Wolverines can come back out and hopefully secure another insurance run.
First pitch fouled off, 0-1. Devon Kelly is in. He is hitting. He is 1 for 3 today with a single. Singled in his last at bat, and that's 6. He'll take ball 1, excuse me. He's also struck out in the 4th and grounded into a double play. Here's Horwells. Throws strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gerlot at third. Kelly trying to drive him in, keep the inning alive. Here is the 1-2 pitch. high. 2-2. Amron looks into the catcher, gets set. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. And that is the end of the top of the 8th inning. Michigan escapes, giving up only 1 run on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the score 12-3 in favor of the Wolverines.
And now, if the Wolverines can come out, score an insurance run, then that would leave Horvidel, or if they decide to send somebody else out, in good position to record a final 3 outs, and then clinch this one and clinch the series for the Wolverines.
It'll be a big series. Always good to win a Big Ten series, and Michigan,
especially when it's your first Big Ten series.
Especially open the series, and especially Michigan had some tough opponents in the non-conference slate, but they've also lost a couple that they probably wish they've had back. They lost 11-10 to Akron in the midweek. Got down big, and they weren't able to come back and get the win. They lost to Oakland University in the home opener. This will be a big confidence booster for Michigan if they can take care of business here, finish the job, and get out of here with a win. We'll see a lot of Penn State pinch hit a few times in that past inning, so we will have some different defensive lineups.
Curious to know if there are any Nittany Lions fans here in the crowd. There's got to be a few.
Maybe some parents joining in.
Some parents, maybe some alumni living out here in Michigan,
taking the trip out here from State College. Jacob Coffin still on the mound. He's pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 hit and 1 run. They're going to keep him in for this 8th inning. He's going to go up against Nate Voss, who's going to pinch hit for Marty, as both teams are starting to really bring out the benches here with the score being what it is. Takes ball 1. Penn State playing the shift on him. Got on Nate Voss. They have 3 defenders on the left side of second base. Something you won't see in the MLB anymore with the new rule changes, but still in college, these shifts are allowed. That ball inside, 2-0. The 2-0. Off speed for strike 1. Voss has only had 2 at-bats this season. He has yet to reach base in any capacity. 0 for 2. The 2-1 is driven into the Penn State bullpen out of play to make it 2-2 here. Here comes the 2-2 from Coffin. Wildly outside into the full count is full now, 3-2. The wind continues to howl. Coffin holding his cap on his head. As its count is full for Voss, the pinch hitter. The pitch hit him. He didn't even move for it. Doesn't really matter. Ball 4. Voss gets on for the first time this season. First base is loaded. And here comes another pinch hitter for Michigan, Dylan Stanton, out of Richland, Michigan. Step up to the plate.
And that was surprisingly one of maybe our only time a player was hit by a pitch in this game, which you would think would be a little more frequent with the weather conditions, but I suppose it's a good thing, obviously.
Tito Flores got hit, but besides that, just a 2-hit batsman so far in this game. First pitch to Stanton is outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Swing a fly ball deep. Left field. Is that going to stay fair? Oh, it's foul. He just missed that one. It was umpire saw it better. I didn't see it. I couldn't tell if that was fair or not. Umpire calls it foul. He got all of that one. Just pulled it foul. And Stan will be not able to get the home run there. Instead, it is fouled for strike one. That without the wind, that might have gone out. Wind blowing towards foul territory. Stan steps back onto the plate. And the pitch taken, strike two. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Sloth blooper in the left field, and that's a base hit. So Stan will get on base. Michigan's first 2 runners on. Bench loving it. So Michigan's got their first 2 runners on here in the 8th inning. And Jonathan Kim, who had a 3-run bases clearing double in the 6th, will stay in, and he will hit here with 2 more runners on. A chance to add to a solid day that he's had with 2 hits and 4 at-bats. First pitch off speed for a ball.
Still no outs for Michigan here.
Yep, no outs here. First and second loaded. Voss at second, Stanton at first. With Kim at the plate, the center fielder. Here's the pitch. That went behind Kim. So it'll be 2-0. Did not hit him though, but was behind him. Cooper was able to keep it from going into the backstop. The 2-0. Down the middle for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Michigan's trying to keep the momentum going from yesterday. They may try to outscore the performance from yesterday. Here's a 2-1. This fly ball foul out of play. 2-2. Deals. Here's a 2-2. Ball low. Full count.
The Wilpons Complex is an ideal location for Michigan athletics, as from our view in the press box, you have quite the view of both the Chrysler Center and the Big House Stadium.
As payoff pitch is called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Kim didn't like that. There's the first out of the inning. And now you get the nice view of the Big House, you get the nice view of Chrysler Center, and you get a great view inside Alumni Field at Carol Hutchins Stadium, newly named after the great Michigan softball head coach. Gotta give her a shout out, as always. Probably the greatest coach in Michigan athletic history, any sport. Fly ball on the first pitch into left center. That's gonna go. Wind will blow it into left, and it'll be caught by Kelly for the second out of the inning. So that's 2 outs. First and second remain loaded. Jeffress flies out there. And Jack Van Remortel will hit for the second time today after he came in when Tito Flores was subbed out. He's 1 for 1 with a double on the afternoon. Coming out to Fireball by Pitbull. That's his walk-up music. A fine choice, if you ask me. Here is the first pitch to him. He's going to ground it to first. Stepping back, it's Franks, who will flip it over to Coffin, who makes a play to retire the side. So Michigan gets 2 hits, or 1 hit, 1 walk, but they do not get anything across. So we are through 8 here in Ann Arbor. And this, as another gust of wind blows, but we are through 8 here in Ann Arbor, and the score remains 12-3.
And Michigan here just need a couple more outs to seal the game.
Yeah, I think fans and players alike want to have a nice clean inning here to get out of here, get the win, and get into the clubhouse where it's much warmer. Michigan has played well today. They've put up 12 runs today, 13 yesterday.
It's averaging 12.5 runs per game in this series.
Solid stats to start Big Ten play. As Amin Horwell will stay in to pitch after pitching the last half inning,
and if
try and close this game out.
And if Michigan can clean up and hold on for this final inning, that will bring them to 500 at 11-11 on the season.
2-0 in Big Ten play as well. So Camden Gasser is going to come into play left field. Some other defensive changes as Michigan goes deep into their bench. Dylan Stanton will take over at third base.
A fair few fans have left, but there is still a decent number of people who remain cheering on the Wolverines.
Yeah, I want to see these last 3 outs. If you're Michigan, you want to take care of them rather quickly without any issues.
Yeah, no need to give up more runs when it's not needed.
Cooper to lead off for Penn State. He is pinch hitting, and he will foul the first pitch out. That'll be strike one.
All the way into the parking lot on the other side of Fisher Stadium.
That one went quite a ways over the stadium and swings and fouls it off its foot. Is Cooper, so it's quickly down 0-2. Cooper batting .308 on the year and 13 at bats with 4 hits, 3 runs, and 4 RBI, with a double and a triple. So he's had a good year in his limited at bats, but he strikes out there. And on 3 pitches, Hordwell gets his second strikeout of the afternoon, and Michigan is 2 outs away from clinching the series win to open Big Ten play. CJ Pitaro will pinch hit for Penn State now. Coming in for J. Harry, who's 0 for 4.
Horvidel with a pretty strong performance as a reliever.
He'll fly this ball first pitch center field. Kim is under it, waits for it, and fields it. Makes the play. 2 outs. Here in the 9th inning, Michigan is 1 out away from getting out of here with the win. And one more pinch hitter for Penn State. This time it's Derek Cease. The last chance for Penn State to mount a historic rally here. The first pitch fouled away. 0-1.
In the event that they're somehow able to score 9 runs this inning, I'd assume that would set some kind of record.
We would have to look at it if we got to that point, but
let's hope we don't get to that point.
For now, we'll see Cease. It's 1 for 3 on the year. And Horwell gets ready for the 0-1. Fly ball. Right field. Burton will make the play, and that is it. Michigan will get the win. They will clinch the series win to start Big Ten play here against the Nittany Lions. They will go up to 500. And that was a big win for Michigan. 12-3 the final here from Ann Arbor. Any thoughts, Vihaan, on that win? What's the one main talking point after that victory for the Wolverines?
I think the one main talking point should just be the proficiency of this offense. I mean, you scored 12 runs in suboptimal weather conditions with no home runs. I think that's definitely the thing that you should be most excited about if you're a fan of the Wolverines.
Yeah, definitely Michigan came to play offensively, scoring 12 runs. 4 of them in the first inning. 5 of them in the 6th inning. 2 crooked numbers, paving the way for Michigan to get the win here. The winning pitcher for the Wolverines will be Chase Allen. He pitched 5 2/3, had 9 hits given up, but only gave up 2 runs. He was able to managed the game, and he was able to get out of the jams that he put himself into very effectively. So he'll get the win, and for Penn State, getting the loss will be the starter, Lunsman, his first loss of the year. He only went 4+ innings, gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned though. But Michigan taking care of business here at home. They will play again tomorrow in the finale against the Nittany Lions to close out this opening weekend. But for Michigan, a game well played. They take care of business. Final score: Michigan 12, Penn State 3. For Vihaan Easwar, I'm Peter Nasr. Thank you for joining us today. Michigan will face Penn State tomorrow. They also face Penn State tomorrow in the regional championship in ice hockey. So Michigan trying to keep that momentum going against the Nittany Lions in that as well. So that'll be a big game tomorrow night. But for us here at Ray Fisher Stadium, Peter Nasr once again, Vihaan Easwar, so long from Ann Arbor. Thank you for tuning in for this presentation of WCBN Sports. Final score once again: Michigan 12, Penn State 3. So we leave you with a so long. Have a great rest of your day, and go blue.